track, Ken. He doesn't ordinarily trip like that. He was just coming around the corner.
Shoulder block by Claiborne in there as he goes for the lead. Sidestep by Claiborne. Bombers lead jammer moving on the rear. Bill Groll back to block for the Bombers. Reyes for the Express. 30 seconds. They got plenty of time left in this jam. Reyes working in there. Leg blocks and elbows. Got 20 seconds left in jam time. Groll, powerful blocks in there on defense for the Bombers. Claiborne put down. Sartain becomes the lead jammer now. Groll gets a warning on his blocking. 10 seconds left in jam time. Claiborne, the Bomber jammer, taken out. Groll checks back on Sartain. 5 seconds. Timer. Whoa. Wrapping back with that elbow. And there's the buzzer, and that's a hard-fought jam, Rich, and no score on the play.
Sure is. Claiborne spent a lot of time on his wallet, and I'm surprised that Bill Groll doesn't get a penalty for the way he was blocking.
He got a warning on that play. We're under 2 minutes in the period now. 10-7, the Bombers are leading. There's Steve Sartain. He's got to be a little bit tired right now. You got to work for points here. They don't come easy. Jesus Negron, 43, will jam for the Express, along with Erwin Miller. Bombers will go with Ed Dressler and Larry Lewis. All right, Bombers could be trying to get something going here. A minute and a half on the clock. Back together. There you see the Express jammers back at the rear. They work their way through the pack. First jammer out. Starts the 60-second jam time running. Express will have that man, Erwin Miller, out. Quickly, Larry Lewis on the outside. Neck and neck in that turn. Miller manages to keep the lead. Lewis will move to the inside. An elbow block. Miller stays with him. Miller comes back. Lewis trying to block from the outside. Miller was ready for that. Miller holding his lead over Larry Lewis. Lewis to the inside. Miller coming right back. Pumping up on the inside. Lewis goes down. Lewis in trouble. Lewis will go down. The crowd moving here in Madison Square Garden. Now Lewis running to the rail. Erwin Miller. There's Lewis still hung up. Here comes Miller at the rear. Straight down on Groll. Miller still going. Trying to move on Apodaca. Reyes trying to set that point. 10 seconds. Polo block. Miller's got another one. Pulls it off as the Bomber jammer was moving up.
Ken, what a great jam that time between the two speed skaters, Larry Lewis and Miller.
Two hard-fought Eastern Express points. 10-9. Cuts the Bomber lead to 1.
This big crowd here, very appreciative of the talents of these fine skaters. The Eastern Express now within 1, as Ken told you, as we count things down here in period 2.
Under 10 seconds now. There's Erwin Miller. He's a tired man right now. There's the buzzer. 2 periods of play in our pocket now. It's 9 Express, 10 for the Bombers. 3 pause along this Madison Square Garden network. We're back. The women on the track. 3rd period already underway. B.J. Peterson for the Eastern Express moving in at the rear, trying to set a point on Joan Weston. They've got it. Nick Scopus, the infield coach of the Midwest Pioneers, joining me right now. 1 Eastern Express point there. And the crowd on its feet here at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, well, they've had a little altercation here in the corner in the turn with Weston. The game's been pretty good, Kenny, from what I've seen of it.
Oh, well, now, Nick, your team, the Midwest Pioneers, is the only team in the league that has co-captains in the women's field. And what is the purpose of that, and how does it work?
Well, you know what's happened is that, like, Ballo is a defensive skater, and Eric is an offensive skater. And I've split my team up like that. I have my offensive skaters and my defensive skaters. I have each one taking care of each group of skaters. And in the same thing in the men's field, I coach and I got JoJo Stafford. JoJo takes care of the defense, I take care of the offense.
Well, Nick, I know that you're very interested in bringing a solid Pioneer club back into the Midwest this season. Out on this jam, Willi Ryan for the Express, Jackie Garello for the Bombers. And Garello will call it off as there's a secondary Express. Peter Smart moving up.
Smart play, Kenny. She was at a disadvantage, cut it off, probably saved herself some points.
Well, the Bombers Express tied up at 10-10 here. And a real battle going. Fans, get a pencil and paper ready, because shortly we'll give you the league address where you can write for a free copy of the Roller Derby rules, or get on the mailing list to find out about upcoming 5 games near a. Look down. Weston, B.J. Peterson here. Officials trying to pull them apart, and Weston will draw the penalty as the aggressor there. And Nick, I know the officials have the discretion deciding whether it's a fight and both skaters get a penalty, or one was the aggressor and they get the penalty.
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you something. This game, you have to intimidate somebody, you know, and I think that's what Joni's trying to do right now. Once you intimidate somebody, you get the upper hand. Once you get the upper hand, you can win your game. You just can't let everything get by you.
Yeah, Frankie Macedo and Frankie Apodaca up there. Now Alfonso Reyes steps in. And I thought we were done with the men for a while. You got to protect the skaters, right?
Yeah, you do, but, you know, both teams want to win this thing. Neither one of them wants to back down. They're skating an awfully tight game. The defense has been excellent for them. Actually, the offense has been pretty good, but they just can't get enough help in the back there to come through for points.
Okay, battling up the front of the pack. Barbara Baker wearing the pivot helmet in the absence of Weston. The Bombers fielding only 4 skaters out there. So the Express have the fielding advantage here, 5-4, but it's the Bombers with the jammer out. Debi Ramirez, she's just back in action for the Bombers. Took a year off to have a baby. Family star. Came right back to the big right.
I know these girls are really amazing. I don't know how they can do that. I'm glad I don't have to do it.
Okay, Debi Ramirez trying to hang on to the lead. Pam Harrision on the inside of block, and Ramirez taken out. Okay. Pam Harrision taken off.
She's been skating great, Kenny. She's come a long way, offensively and defensively.
Barbara Baker, the bomber that'll be there to do the blocking. Weston coming back into that bomber lineup now. Her penalty time up, but Baker's got the defensive blocking duty right now. 20 seconds. Hobby trying to get back there to assist Harrison. Baker, Weston set a double block. 15 seconds. Not too much time to get something together yet. 10 seconds left. Reaching back. Harrison sends Hobby, but it's Harrison that can score 3, 2, takedown. Buzzer sounds. They got in under the gun. There are 2 Eastern Express points, Nick. That doesn't it close.
That was a fine play. I'll tell you what, the Bomber defense, they saw Weston starting to drop back, and Claudia came back. See, here's Claudia back here. Now the offensive skater whipped the defensive girl, Hobby in. Hobby took the double block down, and she just barely got by for the points.
Oh, 2 big points. Pam Harrison taking a deserved rest on the infield. Her team on top now, 12-10.
But that's what I was talking about before, Kenny. See, the defense has gotten so tight, you got to do something back there. You got to call back for help, and you have to use your help properly.
Okay, now they're back together. Jammer's starting to move up.
This girl can motor.
Okay, the Express may have the momentum going their way now. They've got the gal out on top, B.J. Peterson. Sandy Calloway out for the Bombers, about a quarter of the left behind her.
I think B.J.'s probably one of the best in the league.
12-10, Express lady Calloway's got up to Peterson. Peterson coming right back in on the block, and that's all for Sandy Calloway.
See how hard she hit her?
Peterson looks like she's deceptive out there. She can put a lot of power into a block. There'll be Weston on defense for the Bombers. Calloway down on the track. Peterson's got one already. Trying to get another one on Weston.
Now you'll see some hard blocks.
You got that right. This point will be harder to get. 15 seconds left to go in jam time. Peterson taking some punishment out there. Hard blocks. 10 seconds now.
Here comes Calloway up to help, too.
Now, Calloway is not on the jam. She was over the rail. Whoa! Does Peterson in the rail. There'll be a penalty. Pushing. Now, let's see if they give a penalty point on it.
They should.
Yes, there are 2 Express points. Peterson scored one over Calloway when she went over the rail. And there's a point on the foul. 2 for the Express. We'll put them up 14-10 here. Trying to get the pack back together now. Here's the mailing address. If you would like to be in line to receive the first advance word on live games coming up in your area on the West Coast, IRSL, P.O. Box 7979, San Francisco, California, the zip 94120. And on the East Coast, it's IRSL 140 Main Street, Buffalo, New York, 14202, the zip. 2:45 coming up here in the third period. Crowd getting into this game now.
Yeah, I think so. So was Calloway. I think she got a little bit upset. When she went down, she went right out, landed up on top of the kick rail. Got a little bit upset with BJ, came back and she drilled her.
Oh, Sally Vega, Super Sally they call her, out against Barbara Baker, put on the rail that time.
This gal can skate well.
Well, the fans here have something to cheer about now, Nick. The Express up by 4 points, and for a while it looked kind of grim. They were trailed by 5.
Looks like Vega's gotten hurt